Hey guys, how's it going and thanks for coming. I'm Nick and we're back with new unemployment updates. We had a video before going over some of the information that was going on out there and we got new information, so we got to talk about that. This is the structure we have in this video. So first we're going over some of the new updates. We're talking about the $600 per week for unemployed people. We're talking about mortgages because I'm hearing not so good things with this delayed mortgage stuff. Then, that stands for health insurance. I heard some things with that. Then 6.6 million, a huge number we got to talk about. And at the very end, don't forget to stick around for some bonus tips just so we can find out what should we be doing while we're unemployed. So let's go. So if you missed the old updates, I do have that other video of all the original information, all the stimulus check, and even more information out there. So definitely check those out. But for right now, let's talk about the $600 per week for unemployed people. In the beginning, my original thoughts, I'm wondering who's going to get $600? So I was thinking maybe people that had higher incomes before they got laid off, maybe people making minimum wage because they need more. But I have heard that apparently, I'm kind of one of those that I have to see to believe, but we have heard that that $600 is for everyone that's unemployed. Now, when are we going to see that? So that's the next big question. I have heard that they're going to try to start for this week. Today is April 9th, by the way, so look at your calendars effectively. But we are seeing that this might start this week. People are going to start seeing this more common payment for next week. So what if you're struggling to actually either apply or to get through to unemployment? Because there are millions of people doing this, so it might take you a bit of time. So do you get that $600? And I have heard, there's a lot of things going out there, so definitely if you heard anything either firsthand, heard it from other people, we got to stay accurate and together, so definitely let's talk in the comment section. But let's say you're not getting through to unemployment for 3 weeks, but you've still been employed for 3 weeks. Well, I have heard that you're getting retroactive payment for those 3 weeks, which means you weren't on unemployment, but they will supply you with that extra money later on, so you will even out. So to repeat, if you have been affected by what's going on right now in any way, if you have less hours, if you got laid off and everything, you are eligible. That also goes for either independent workers or contractors. Self-employed people could do the same. Now, I have heard that some of those people that are self-employed and contract workers are being rejected, which might be just an error in the system or the process. They should be eligible as well. It might take a little bit longer for that group to get those benefits, but the benefits should be out there for them too. And this doesn't mean if you're working from home that you're eligible for these benefits as well, because you're still working. Just a little bit of a different working environment, but if you're still working, then you can't get these benefits. Next huge update, which I'm kind of furious about, are mortgages. So before, I was talking about you can delay your mortgage payments. I heard up to 90 days, which is 3 months. I heard something similar with student loans as well. However, I'm hearing you can defer your mortgage payment for 3 months. The issue that I'm hearing from multiple sources is that, you don't have to pay your mortgage for those 3 months. But then there's a lump sum payment of all those payments at the end. So it's not like it's just disappearing. It's being quite literally delayed, and then they're all due at the end of those 3 months. So the issue there is, you might be able to live, a couple extra months, but then no one's going to be able to have that huge lump sum, so that could definitely contribute to foreclosures. Then the real estate market gets destroyed. And then there's a domino effect. So watch out for that. If you applied for any type of mortgage forbearance, definitely, please look into the fine print. And with student loans, by the way, I have heard that, I don't know if you have to set this up, but I heard someone logged into their account and their interest rate was just automatically adjusted to 0%. So you could look into those if you have those loans. Just with that adjustment, I do not want anyone to get hurt from that. So please look into how you had it set up. If you didn't do anything with your mortgage, definitely continue to pay your mortgage. Moving on to health insurance. So because normally a job provides you with health insurance, now that millions of people are not employed anymore, what's going on with health insurance, especially what's going on right now. So I have heard that all uninsured patients are still covered. Now, but this next part I do want to confirm. I'm still doing research, but I heard from my CPA that he's dealing with this stuff all the time. So I want to believe this. I heard it firsthand, but I like multiple sources to verify this. So if you guys heard any of this, that there is no more penalty for not having insurance. So the insurance out there is Cobra, that's kind of expensive. Then there's like Medicaid. So you could get into those because, of course, with everything going on, you would want some type of insurance. But is there still a downside to not having it? But please, if you heard anything else, please confirm that. All right, I'm getting worked up, but our big numbers, we're talking 6.6 million people. So, again, this is April 9th. The numbers that we have gotten, the first week that this occurred, there was 3.3 million that applied for unemployment. Then it shot up to 6.8 million. And this past week is now 6.6 million. So this total is over 16 million people have filed for unemployment. Yet the stock market still goes up, and that makes no sense whatsoever. Now, if you remember from my last video about unemployment updates and everything like that, I've applied as well. I have applied. I went through the weekly benefits claim. So that apparently got submitted, and I'm just waiting on that. So might wait a couple weeks. We'll have to see how that goes. And this number is definitely north of 60 million because so many people are simply not getting through. So what the heck do we do? Well, I'm glad you asked. So we're just going over some extra bonus tips, what we could do while waiting on whatever the heck is going to happen with unemployment. So the first thing we got to look at is keep up with your weekly benefits. You have to claim this every single week. Do not forget that. You have to stay on top of it. Make sure that's completed so you actually get these benefits. Again, we could still be looking out for that $600. I got to see it to believe it, but that should be coming in the near future, as well as the stimulus check. So they're going to start sending those checks out. If you have direct deposit, goes straight into your account. So we should be seeing this in the next couple weeks. Problem is people are struggling now, so that's another question. Another tip. I mentioned it in the last one, but I want to reiterate it because it's even more important because there's even more people struggling now. We have to budget. You have to know your income, even if it's nothing. You have to know your expenses. You have to know how much money you have. Know every single thing you possibly can of your finances, because people are finally realizing living paycheck to paycheck doesn't work. And we have to save not a little more, a lot more because of the situation that we're in. Next tip is to really start focusing. It's kind of a little obvious, but I know it's a little, no one knows anything, but to focus on jobs, because a lot of people might not even realize when jobs are going to start hiring. However, there are still jobs out there, and you might not go in for an interview. You might get like a phone interview, you might get like a Skype interview, but if you're able to get your name in there now, because there might be less competition. People are thinking, oh, I can't work in a few months. If you get your name in, it's still beneficial. So I wouldn't say to completely not look for jobs, because you still need to. So keep that in mind, look what's out there, and the employer obviously knows what's going on. You know, if you're interacting with them, there's an interview, you might set up a date when things become more stable and you are in their eyes. So you could try to work with each other. And number 4, as we're all just losing our minds at home, is really start looking into side hustles. What can you do on your own? Follow your passions. What do you like? Get into whatever, because there are so many things needed at this point. This could actually be a good time to do something. People need things, so if you could provide something for those needs, you might be able to benefit from that. You know, not only like a spiritual thing if you want to start a business, but really anything. And this could definitely start helping you out while we're all stuck at home. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and unfortunately she's changing every single day. I'm hearing there's another stimulus package coming out, another over $2 trillion. So that's the next step. So if you missed my last unemployment video, I really focused on how to apply and what you could qualify for. So if you missed those, definitely check it out. So if you guys heard of any other things, let me know. Any questions, comments, concerns down below. Please, we got to stay connected. So if this has helped you, hopefully it has, because it's such a uncertain time, hit this video with a thumbs up to help others out there. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I've been putting a lot more out there for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.